Good morning, students. We start with the second story of Lost Spring. I want to drive a car. Now, in this story, Mukesh is the main character. As we have seen in the previous story, Sahib, here it is Mukesh. The theme is same, child labor, poverty. Author is interacting with Mukesh and the story begins with that. I will become a motor mechanic, he announces. That is what he is telling to the author. Now the author is telling, you know anything about car? I will learn. With full confidence, this is what he is telling. Even if I don't know, I will learn. Looking straight into my eyes, that means confidence. He has full confidence that he will learn. Now see what his dream is. His dream looms like a mirage amidst the dust of streets that fill his town Firozabad, famous for its bangles. So we got the introduction. Now his dream, he has a dream. And what is his dream? To become motor mechanic. Looms, that means a shape that is not clear. And if you have to dream in that way, if you have to think of that in your life, there can be problem also. Like a mirage, that means a hope or a wish that cannot be achieved. Now he is making it very clear. Here we find that whatever he is dreaming, it's something next to impossible. Amidst the dust of streets, his dream is somewhere in the middle. And around that, what is there? Dust. Of what? Of Firozabad. So, very less chance that his dream will become true. Very less chance because his dream is surrounded by the dust of Firozabad, and Firozabad is famous for making bangles. Fine. Every family is involved in this. The whole family works there. And they are spending generation. That means father, forefather. Everyone is doing the same thing and there is no other option. Throughout the story, we will see that these people don't have any option. They just have to work in that glass factory only, making bangles. Now, male member, ladies, everybody is doing the same. And what are the things here? Around furnace, welding, glass. These are the steps. Okay, the process which is there in making bangles. Now here we will concentrate to Mukesh and his family. What is the condition of his family? What are the problems? How they are surviving? Mukesh's family is one of them. Okay, and there are many families like that. And they are aware of the system of our country. Like in our country, we have so many laws. Child labor is illegal. You cannot do it. You cannot practice that. You cannot force any child to work. A child is supposed to go to school. Government has taken so many initiatives for that. Midday meal is there. But these things, they are not knowing at all. So they don't know that this is illegal thing that they are doing, that children are going and working. To work in glass furnaces with high temperature, see the condition is a very pathetic, hazardous condition you can say. In dengue cells, that means very small place, without air and light, the condition is not favorable. And there are 20,000 children who are working there in that hot furnace. Okay, they slog their daylight hours. Slog their daylight hours means it's not 8 hours. They may be working beyond that. Full day they work. So they don't know what is the brightness, what is sunshine, what is there outside in this world. Their world is just that particular cell, the small room where they are working. And what happens, often lose brightness of their eyes. They spoil their eyes, they lose their eyesight because of the way they are working. Okay. Mukesh's eyes beam as he volunteers to take me home. Now, Mukesh is taking the author to his home. Okay, which he proudly says is rebuilt. He is very happy to take me to that house, and now you will see the condition where they stay. He walked down the stinking lanes, choked with garbage, means no proper sanitation, very dirty place, very congested place. Past homes that remain hovels with crumbling walls. Okay, there are many homes there, many dwelling places you can. Okay, here what we see, hovels with crumbling walls. Okay, hovels you can simply say dwelling place in a very bad condition. Then you have crumbling, means broken, falling down. Wobbly doors, doors are not fit, means half of the door is coming out, half of the door is only connected. No windows, crowded with families for humans. Now see, human beings and animals living together. See the condition. Primeval state means centuries back. Okay, when people have started living in a proper way, then people used to live like this. Here they are living in this condition today, animals and human beings together. He stops at the door of one such house. Now he stopped at the door of his house. Same condition, his house is also, half the door is broken, coming out. Iron door with his foot. He just bangs, he's opening it, pushing it. Okay, probably they do it in that way. We enter a half-built shack. Okay, that means the hut is roughly built. The place where they are staying, it is roughly built. No proper shape, nothing. In one part of it, thatched with dead grass. Now what is there? See the fuel that they are using. That is dead grass, maybe some dry leaves they have collected, big ones, for example, palm leaves and all they have collected. And that is being used as fuel for their oven. Okay, in which you have a large vessel sizzling spinach leaves. Some food is being cooked, and that is spinach. On the ground, in large aluminium platters, that mean plates you can say, or any other utensils in which the vegetables were kept. It's made up of aluminium. So vegetables are chopped and kept. That means the food is being prepared at the end of the day. A frail woman, she is young, she is cooking. Now there is one more character we are getting. Now we will see who is this member in his family. Through eyes filled with smoke, means this condition of the house, the way they are using the dry leaves as fuel and all, it's giving a lot of smoke. Okay, and she is bound to work in that. She is the wife of Mukesh's elder, not much older in years. That means maybe child marriage was in practice. She has begun to command. Now she is supposed to take charge of everything, cooking, taking care of the household. And people call her as Bahu, that's daughter-in-law. Now who are the other members? Mukesh, his elder brother, and their father. Okay, and this is Mukesh's sister-in-law. Okay. When the older man enters, she gently withdraws behind the broken wall and brings her veil closer. Now this is the typical Indian tradition and culture. Okay, male members are there. She's supposed to cover her face. That's the tradition that they are following. Now see the condition of Mukesh, his father. In this case, the elder is an improvised bangle maker. Elder here is Mukesh's father. Improvised, very poor bangle maker. Despite long years of hard work, means, but he worked hard. Okay, and what he has done? He was a tailor, then he became bangle maker. Still, he has failed to renovate the house, means he could not keep the house in good condition, not possible. He could not give education to his sons, and what he knows is only how to make bangles. That's the only thing. And what they believe. It is his karma, his destiny, says Mukesh's grandmother. Everybody knows after making bangles, they won't get much money. They will lose their eyesight, they will become blind, but what to do? Because this is the only way of surviving which our forefathers they have done, so we should also do this. This is what is their thought process. They cannot come out of that. Now, you have here her own husband go blind with dust from polishing glass of bangles. That means Mukesh grandfather, his grandfather became blind because of this. Maybe pieces of glasses gone in his eyes or whatever it is. Can a God-given lineage ever be broken? Lineage here, line, a way, a direction of work. Okay, so what they think that God has sent them to work here and it is God's wish, so they are working, so they should not change. If they change, something else will go wrong. Okay, so this is what is the thought process. And because they are born in this family, so they have to do this work only. So somewhere we see the caste factor is dominating here. In the house, in the yard, and in every other house, same corner, same condition. Fine. People go for this profession only. Spirals of bangles. Okay. Many bangles, different colors, attractive. You can see here pink, purple, and shining, lie in mounds of unkempt yards, not properly organized, in a very untidy way. You can say the things are kept piled up. All the bangles are piled up on a four-wheeled hand cart. So they use a cart to carry, to pull, and that they are using by hand. They just push the cart and it will keep on moving. So young men along the narrow lanes push the cart, take the bangles, maybe from one place to another, around the towns. Everywhere what you will get is bangles all around. And in dark hutments next to lines of flames of flickery oil lamps. Now see, what is the condition where they are making bangles? It is dark. Small chambers, fine. Flames of flickering oil lamps. That means no electricity, no bulbs, tube lights, nothing. It is only oil lamp which is giving them light, and they are using that light and working. Very difficult, children. Boys, girls, that means the whole family, father, mother, everybody is engaged in making glass bangles. Different work, different process, different steps are there. So they are just a part of that steps. Their eyes are more adjusted in dark. Okay. Then to the light outside. Every day they are working in that dark cell. Whole day they are working. They don't see the light outside, sunlight. So now they have become adjusted to that darkness. Okay, they don't have any light in their life. That's also another meaning of the sense of this line, that in their personal life there is no ray of hope. What they have to do is what their parents have done. They just have to do. That is by default. From their side, they cannot think anything beyond this. That is why they often end up losing their eyesight. And finally, what is the net result in their life that they get? That is losing their eyesights. They become old when they become adults. That means they start their life at very young age. Okay, as a small child, say at the age of 8, 10, they start working so hard that when they become adult, they lose their eyesight, and as if they have lost everything, they become old. That's all. Now here we have a young girl, Savita. some description is given about her. She is also working in that glass factory. Girl in a grab pink dress. That means grab here is dull, faded. And she is sitting with another lady. She is little elderly. Okay. Soldering pieces of glasses means joining, giving them some shape, size. Okay. Pieces of glasses as her hands move mechanically like the tongs of a machine, means they have become expert that what has to be done in this step, what has to be done in the other step. Everybody is expert in different steps which is involved in making bangle. I wonder if she knows the sanctity of bangles. That means how pure bangles are, or what is the importance of glass bangles in Indian society. She knows or not, because the moment they become little grown up, say 6 or 8 years old, they are pushed to that. So they hardly get any time of grooming, education, knowledge. So maybe she doesn't know what is the symbol. It symbolizes an Indian woman's suhag, auspiciousness in marriage. Okay, so that is the role of bangle in Indian society. It is considered so pure, so auspicious. It will draw on her suddenly one day when she will understand, when she will become a bride. This whole description, that is her hands dyed red with henna and all, this is the day she will become a bride. She will also wear those same bangles, and she will understand the purity, the symbol of the bangles at that time. Okay, now there was an elder lady sitting next to Savita. She also became a bride one fine day, long time back. She became bride. She came to her family, in-laws family, and started struggling with this bangle making. Today she has become old. Throughout her life, she has done what? Bangle making. But no light in her eyes. That means now, after doing this process of bangle making for so many years, she has become blind, no light in her eyes. She still has bangles on her wrist, that she is also wearing the bangles in her wrist, but no light, means she has lost her eyesight, it has become weak, or there is no light in her life. You can take it in that way also. Now see the pain. एक वक्त शेर भर खाना भी नहीं खाया. Throughout her life, this is her complaint. Never I had full meal. Is it all right? Throughout my life, I never had full meal. Means always, every night, I had to sleep with some part of hunger in my life. That is what is her complaint. Okay? This is what she reaped. Means this is what the return she has got after working in bangle factory. Her husband, an old man with flowing beard, says, I know nothing except bangles. Everybody, whether it is an old man, old lady, young child, or a elderly person, everybody has the same thing in mind, and what they know is only bangles. They don't know anything beyond bangles. All I have done is make a house for the family to live in. What this man has done, he has given a house to his family. So he feels he has done everything in his life. Hearing him, one wonders if he has achieved what many have failed in their lifetime. He has achieved many things, means making a roof. Maybe it is a hut. Maybe it is half. Okay, but for them it is more than enough. It's achievement. He has a roof over his head, so he has given a roof. That's enough. The cry of not having money to do anything except carry on business of making bangles. Okay. See, if you keep on crying, I don't have money, there's no solution here. You will never have money. But only thing what you have to do is carry on the business of making bangles. Not even enough to eat rings in every home. They don't have enough to eat. Every home, same condition is there. Means whatever the amount they are getting as payment, it's very less with respect to the labor that they are putting in. The young men echo the lament of their elders. Now, what has happened with the previous generation? They also get very less amount of money. The young generation is also getting less amount of money. Coming generation will also get less amount of money. Lament here is complain out of grief, and every generation will give the same complaint. Everybody will have the same pain and sorrow. But what's the solution? There's no solution. Little has moved with time, it seems, in Firozabad. Years of mind-numbing toil have killed all initiative and ability to dream. See how painful it is. Now, what is the meaning of this line? Years of mind-numbing means their mind is dead, because right from the childhood they start struggling so much that they cannot think anything beyond that. Their mind, their thought process, their feelings, everything has come to end, death of everything. Now they just have the body to work and earn for their stomach. To imagine anything, or to think of changing profession, or to think of getting education, it's not possible. Okay, so mind is dead, so they cannot take any initiative, and they don't have the ability to dream. That is the condition with each and every human being present there. Now, what the author is asking, why not organize yourselves into cooperative? The author is asking, why don't you organize, do something, go for some help, try to change your way of living? The author is telling all this. I ask a group of young men who have fallen into the vicious circle. Now, why young man? Because she knows that the old people won't be able to do anything. It's better let the young generation do something. So now she is speaking to the young generation that how come they are in this vicious circle of what? Middlemen who trapped their fathers and forefathers. Okay, middlemen who don't allow them to come out of this. Trapped their forefather means their forefathers have taken it for granted that their next generation will also work in this, and hence it will continue. So it is a kind of trap in which they have been caught. Their fathers and forefathers, they have worked, so they are also pressurized to work here. Even if they want to get organized, what will happen? They will not get any support. Okay, and the local police, local leader, the politician, whoever is there in the system, everybody will try to create problem for these people. And since they are uneducated, illiterate, physically, mentally, both weak, so they dare to do anything different. Okay, even if they want to get organized, do something, hauled up by the police, that means the policeman will charge them, okay, drag them, pull them, and ask them to keep quiet. And since, as I told you, they don't have education, they don't know anything about their right, or they don't know how to take any help from the government, so they just feel scared. It's better to do this work only. Okay, there is no leader among them. Nobody has that quality. As I told you before, only their brain is not of that category that they will take some initiative. Already they are brain dead. They have become so demoralized, they are so demotivated that nobody can take the charge. None of them have any leadership quality. So there is no leader who can show them the path. Fine. Their fathers are as tired as they are. Alright. Parents are tired means the old generation is unable to work and the young generation is also unable to work. Why unable to work? Because the young generation started working in childhood. So when they became adults, they became young, they became all old people. They were just like old people. That's the problem here. Their fathers are as tired as they are. Okay. They talk endlessly in a spiral that moves from poverty to apathy to greed and to injustice. So what is the problem? Whatever they talk in a spiral means in a coil. It's round and round. It cannot become straight. Poverty is there. Apathy, that means there is no such feelings. Completely feelings are dead. No emotions coming out. So that poverty is there. Feeling or any other emotion, that is not there. Greed is there. Greed is there means next day what we are going to eat. And injustice is there with them. So whatever they think, they are in the vicious circle of all these things. Even if they want to do something, unable to take initiative. If they take initiative, next day what we are going to eat. If I do anything against this profession, if I do not get any employment in this industry, I don't have any other option to do anything tomorrow. So many things are there. So many problems are there. So listening to them, I see two different worlds. One of the family caught in the web of poverty. Poverty cannot come out of that. Next is that is stigma of caste. Caste, as I told you, because they are born in that family, since their forefathers have done this work, so by caste they are forced to do this. Okay. Then the other problem is what? The vicious circles of Sahukar, means the people who lend money to them because they don't understand the system of bank and all. So they cannot go and ask for any loan. Maybe the government has designed so many things, given so many provisions, but since they are unaware of all those things, so they go to the Sahukar, and those Sahukars, they cheat them. Middlemen, policemen, and keepers of law. There are so many things, so many people in our system, okay, of the society, but for these people, everybody is useless. Bureaucrats, you can say officers, officials, politicians, everybody put together, instead of helping them, they create problem for these people. Why? Because they are uneducated, they are weak, they are poor, so they cannot raise their voice. Hence, everywhere you can say they are pressurized, or you can say everybody is trying to take advantage of these people. Together, they have imposed the baggage on the child. So, baggage is child labor, pressure. Okay, so together they have imposed that. Instead of allowing them to go to school, instead of showing them the way that you should go to school, they have imposed, and they are paying very less to the elder people. So that amount is not sufficient, so the children are also going and working in the glass factory. This is what is happening with them. Before he is aware, he accepts it naturally as his father. So it's with Mukesh, it is with everybody. Father has done this work, so I'll also do the same work. So that is the system there in each and every family. To do anything else would mean to dare. No, their grooming is not like that. They have been suppressed right from the first day of their life. So they are not having that confidence to take up any challenge in life. And daring it not part of his growing up. So that is not the part, that grooming they have not got, that they will change their profession, do something, take charge of something, challenge someone. It's not the part of their life. When I sense a flash of it in Mukesh, author is very happy because she could make out that Mukesh, at least he has that 1% of courage to change his profession, and he wants to become motor mechanic, work independently. Here he is a slave to his master. Fine, whatever orders master will give, he has to do that. In this profession, motor mechanic, he will be working independently. Okay. Now, how he will learn it? The work of motor mechanic, you need to learn it, you need to have some equipments, initiative has to be taken. So how will you go and learn? Where you will go and learn? So what he is telling, I will travel long way, don't worry. I will walk to another place where I can get the training for this. I will learn. This is what his dream is. And I will become what? Motor mechanic. So you dream of flying a plane. Now see the question again, which is not suiting at this moment, because he is a worker in Bengal factory. Plane is beyond his expectation. So he suddenly felt he's silent. He has no answer. No, he says, staring at the ground. Just putting his head down, looking at the ground. He's not able to look at author. In his small murmur, he is speaking something to himself. He is little embarrassed, feeling shy. Awkward position. That has not yet turned into regret. But it's not that he has something which is making him feel sad. No, his hope is high. He is now planning to become motor mechanic. He is content to dream of cars. Okay, then he sees hurtling down the streets of his town, because he has seen car moving in his town from one place to another. So he is talking about a motor mechanic because he has seen that. Few airplanes fly over Firozabad, means very few flights are there. So maybe people don't know much about flights, plane. So this is what the author is telling at the end. Now, with this we come to the end of this chapter. Now, this chapter and this story as well as the previous story, the theme is same. We are talking about child labor and poverty. Then, the social injustice, inequality, which is existing even today in our society. After so many years of independence, government has taken so many steps. Government has made so many amendments. There are so many laws which goes in favor of the children, in favor of these people of the society. You can say they're the underprivileged section of the society. But doing something on paper and doing something practically, there is lot of difference. This is what we see in this story. Okay, there are government schools, there is provision of midday meal, so many things are there. But even today, this type of children are also there in the society. Okay, we need to give a thought to this. And if there is a will, there is a way. Mukesh, in that drastic condition, everywhere everything is negative, nothing is going in his favor, nobody is encouraging him. Even then, he has a dream, he has a hope that one fine day I will become something, I'll do something in my life. And if you compare, in the previous story, Sahib, initially he was working independently. At the end, he becomes a slave to a master. Okay, he lost his independence. In this story, he was working under someone, and at the end, what he has thought will give him independent business. So that's what is the difference between these two stories. So With this, we come to the end of this, and in the next video, I'll give you the question answers of both the stories. Thank you, students.